Hello again from Sapphire Barcelona 2024. Now we have our guest is Alan Clarke, SUSE Alliance Director for UK and Ireland. How are you, Alan?
I'm very well, thanks, Juan. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. And it's a pleasure to be with you, and we will love we know you are a SAP Alliance Director for UK and Ireland, as we mentioned. We really want to hear which is your business update or your update of what are we doing in our region.
Sure. So it's an interesting landscape in the UK and Ireland at the moment around SAP. Obviously, we've still got a whole tranche of customers who haven't yet made their move to S4. They're still in the process of deciding what's going to be the optimal deployment route and path for them, specific to their own market, around going from the the ECC R3 environment to HANA and S4 HANA. Mm-hmm. Obviously, RISE is a consideration for many of those customers, and some of the customers have already made a move to RISE, but we've heard from the SAP user group in a survey that they carried out recently that less than 30% of UK and Ireland customers have actually moved to S4 yet. Some of them have invested in S4 licenses, but they're essentially shelfware. They haven't deployed them yet because of the fact that the journey, the design, the planning stage of their projects, they realize is so important to the ultimate success of that project that they're giving themselves as much time as possible to glean as much pertinent information from partners such as ourselves, such as the cloud partners and the consulting partners, all the way up the SAP stack, so that they can really go about their project in the most prepared, structured way possible. And that's something we at SUSE have always advised our customers, is take the time to plan those projects as extensively and comprehensively as you can, in order to make sure that you avoid potholes that other customers have fallen into in their migration process. So the UK is actually a market that often waits a little longer characteristically than other regions, and that has always been the case. Yes, they're now starting to realize that they've got to make that move sooner rather than later, because it's not just about cost, it's about business advantage of moving on to S4, regardless of whether it's on the cloud or RISE, or in certain cases for some customers still on premises to a degree. But if they don't take advantage of that, the HANA technology, that speed of reporting, that depth of analytics is not available to them, but it will be to their competitors. So they're going to get left behind if they don't make that move sooner rather than later. And those UK&I customers are realizing that. But they've also got a lot of considerations, as I'm sure other geographies have, around the data, the integrity of the data, where the data resides, and if the markets they're in, particularly like financial markets, have restrictions about data sovereignty, and where that data can be stored. That's a challenge for a lot of our customers. So we can't solve all of their problems, of course, in SUSE, but we are the start point for them building their new SAP stack, because of where we sit in the infrastructure. So we're working with a lot of customers in a lot of vertical markets, in conjunction with a lot of partners. That's the SAP ecosystem partners, the consulting partners, as well as, of course, the hyperscalers such as Azure and AWS and Google, working in conjunction and in complement with those partners to help those customers make the right plans and execute correctly, successfully, and competently on their migration plans. So, but that's where a lot of the customers are at the moment. They're at that stage where they've started their journey, but they're by no means complete, and the majority have still yet to make that journey.
That's great to see, to hear that you are so close to those challenges with the customer in your region. So I understand based on feedback conversation we already have that you are trying to get closer just to better understand the challenge and help them. So can you update us a little bit about the next event you plan to have from, let's say, customer meeting, user meetings there in your region? Because I think that is something really important to develop, to help them in their journey.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and the more information that they can get, as I've mentioned, the better it is for them in their planning. So we always try to make sure that we are present at all of the major SAP events that take place in the UK and Ireland. So I've already mentioned the SAP user group. So their event is coming up at the beginning of December, their annual event. We've sponsored that for the last 10 years. And we will be there again as a silver sponsor. So any customers who are going to the UK&I SAP user group event, the Connect event in December, can come and see us on the stand and talk to us. We'll be there. We'll be presenting as well. But before that, we have as well as, of course, SUSECon next week for any customers going out to SUSECon. We encourage anyone, you can still get tickets, so go there if you can. But we are also sponsoring the NTT Transformation Now event on the 25th of September in London, which happens once a year. NTT have an enormous following. Whether people, SAP customers go there, whether they're NTT customers or not, it's a very educational event, it's a knowledge transfer event, just like the user group event, and we'll be presenting or exhibiting at the NTT Transformation Now event, London, 25th of September. So come and see us then if any customers are going. And then we've got our specific annual, what we call SUSE SAP Customer Advisory event, which is in mid-October. And this year being held at the Warner Brothers Harry Potter Experience Studios, which will be really entertaining for customers. They get a free tour of that at the end of the day. But the first half of the day is where we have 6 speakers across the morning, doing about 25 to 30 minutes each. And that's SUSE, obviously, where we host the event. We obviously speak. But we've got HPE, we've got Avantra, we've got Lemongrass, we've got Microsoft Azure, and the SAP user group as speakers, as well as NetApp. So all of those partners and vendors will be speaking at this event. And it's a free event for customers to attend. We call it an advisory event because it is just that. They will hear from all of those different vendor speakers, and all of the content is relevant to SAP customers, particularly those SAP customers who have yet to make the journey. And it covers, essentially the overarching theme is security, uptime, and sustainability. So those are the kind of topics we're steering towards across all of those partner speakers. But a very useful event. We've held it for 3 or 4 years running now, previously at the Mercedes-Benz World site, but this year we're doing it at the Warner Brothers Studios. And that's going to be in the middle of October, and that will be publicized soon. So we encourage customers to come to that, because they're gonna hear a real breadth of relevant content just in one morning. And then some lunch and some fun in the afternoon going around the Harry Potter experience.
Okay, then thank you so much. It's good to see all these activities that you have planned. Remember, go to suse.com/events just to get updates of the dates, the registration process and all that. Because I mean, as Alan said, this is an important region for us. We are doing a lot of stuff. We are working closely with customer and local user groups, so stay tuned and follow us. Thank you so much, Alan.
Pleasure. Thanks, Juan.
Bye.